So let's move on to the particular point. Now there's a big question, do we need to study for MCQs the all contents of the syllabus, or also we need to be specific? You all know that when you are scoring in your 50 marks paper of MCQs, you need to learn the entire thing. You can't just skip into this area or into that area. You should be able to focus on everything what you need to do, which means you need to go through the entire syllabus and practice as much as past papers. Now the problem with MCQs is where every MCQ is a bit tricky, and you need to have your analytical knowledge to understand how to apply it and to score better in your exams. When it comes to MCQs, you should be very concerned how many papers you can practice. Most probably, I would recommend you to at least attempt 10 years of papers before you move on to the exams, and also have a thorough knowledge in all the contents. But then there will be a small, or we can also say it as the tricky point, where if you are focused on certain areas in your MCQs, those areas will not be tested in your paper 2, which means how do I know that certain areas which is in the MCQ, why how it is not tested in paper 2? Now you all need to understand, if there are a lot of questions in management in paper 1, those questions will not be tested in paper 2, because you don't want to study that particular area. So you can have a mark it down maybe in a paper or something. If you have more questions in particular chapter, now there are 18 chapters in your syllabus, and if chapter 1 is highly tested in your paper 1, then you will have less questions in paper 2. So now that's how you need to understand which questions will be highly tested in your paper 2. So when you are attempting the paper 1, also have a note in your writing, maybe a paper, booklet or something which you are taking to the exam hall, because you don't get the exam papers most probably. So you can write it down in chapter 1 you had 3 questions, in chapter 2 you had 6 questions. To understand this chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, you should have a thorough knowledge about the syllabus. Then only you can go for a good result in your exams. Now in paper 2, what are the areas you need to focus to get high marks? As you all know, in paper 2, in question number 1, in 8 questions you need to attempt 5 questions. So students take 3 questions in paper 2 and 2 questions in paper 2 A part and paper 2 B part. So they divide into 2. In paper 2 A part, they select 3 questions, means they can only select 2 questions in paper 2 B part. If you are selecting 2 questions in paper 2 A part, you will be selecting only 3 questions in paper 2 B part. So now you all need to know which questions you need to take, which questions you need to attempt when it comes to paper 2. You all need to know that first question is about chapter number 1. So it's about introduction to business and also the environment, so economic environment. So you might go through the entire business environment questions in question number 1. Sometimes they might give you social responsibility questions, like we say that as government intervention, so chapter number 3, that can also be tested. But most probably in question number 2 there will be business organization, chapter 4 entrepreneurship. Sometimes they give small medium enterprise. Most of the time they don't give it, but in question number 2 it will be business organization and small medium entrepreneurship. And small medium enterprise, banking, money and banking, chapter number 7, insurance, chapter number 8. And in question number 4 it's going to be communication, transportation and warehouse and logistics. And the 11th question, trade. Now if you all are not familiar with the question number 4, which is trade, because some people find it very difficult when it comes to IMF areas, and when they ask about the NAFTA, SAFTA trade agreements, they feel a bit hard for them to answer. If you are not quite sure about question number 4, it's always better, I would recommend students to go with question number 1 and 2 to be on safe side, and also to have a good thorough knowledge about business organization, because those areas are the highly tested areas in your entire paper, even if it is paper 1 or paper 2. Government intervention, government intervention and business organization is the area you will be scoring a high better point. Now you all need to understand in paper 2 part B what are the questions will be given. In question number 5, sometimes in 2017 certain papers they give entire management questions, like entire question number 5 management. So last year they didn't give that. In 2021 paper they gave question number 5 management and operations management. So this time we can expect a manage and complete question sometimes. So this is an assumption, but we all don't know what would be. But you can expect from the paper 1, if there is less question in management, there will be a complete question in question number 5. So question number 5 will be management and operations management most probably. And in question number 6 it's going to be operations management, sometimes management, operations management and marketing management. Question number 7 is going to be finance management, sometimes marketing management, finance management and human resource management. Question number 8 is going to be human resource management, information technology and business plan. So that's how the paper is comprised. Now you all need to know how better I should be scoring these areas. Like if you take paper 1, the main thing, the MCQs, it's about the timing, the amount of time you spend on the exact paper. If you spend a lot of time in a particular MCQs, you might lose out time. So you all need to know, if you can start up from behind, it's better, because the scoring areas is the area where you get tough. Or maybe if you are doing the paper, you should do the papers, like if you have big case studies, don't focus on those areas. Finish your paper and keep 1-2 case studies and come back. And also remember one thing, don't keep your answers blank. If you keep your answers blank, you don't get marks. And when it comes to these MCQ OTQs, when other questions, most of the time you will get from 30th to 50th questions. And if you do like one writing, you have given, filling this blanks you have written, and the other blank you have not written, you will not get marks. So you should be very careful when you're writing it. You should give the correct one and the entire one. Sometimes people believe that you get half marks or 1/4 marks. They don't give that, because even to get half marks you need to get 2 correct, because 1 mark is having 4 blanks. So 4 blanks, if you complete, you get 1 mark. So you should at least get, to get a half mark, you should get 2 blanks correct. If 1 blank is correct and 1 blank is wrong, you don't even get that half mark. So you should be very careful on paper 1. And the paper 2 is again about the timing. Don't write too much. Know the terms, explain, define, write, analyze, comment, brief. So these are the terms you should be very careful. If you do not have an idea about the terms, in this video's link description I have given you what terms and how the terms interpret, and you need to know the meaning of the terms, because if you do not know the terms meaning, you will end up writing it in a wrong way. So I have given you a complete understanding which areas you have to do, and as you all need to know in paper 2 which areas will be easier to score. Again, question number 1 and question number 2 will be very straightforward. Question number 5 and question number 6 is going to be straightforward. And if you're going to select either from 7 and 8, if you are a good marketing, finance, human resource management guy, go for paper 2 part B. If you are good in small medium enterprise, money and banking, insurance, go for the question number 3. So that's all guys for this video, and if you like this video, subscribe. Today I have used my camera for the first time to make this video a bit quite good. I don't know how to use this camera, but I have tried my best, and we'll come up with new videos on the upcoming thing. So if you all have anything, please comment on the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe.